So welcome to our summer new member celebration. So excited to introduce you to all of our newest members today. The newest of which I think officially became a member 2 hours ago. So it was a bit of a scramble. We made sure to fit them in for today. We're really excited to introduce you to some amazing new companies today. Upside Foundation, as most of you know, is really focused on bringing the community together to give back. And especially I think we've all seen this year that the tech community has continued to thrive in a way that a lot of others haven't. So it's really amazing to see so many people stepping up and wanting to give back as we see this level of success here. So thank you for coming, and thank you for giving back so generously with us. We have a jam-packed agenda for today. We're going to have, you're going to get to meet all the new members. You're going to hear from a charity spotlight. Aaron Burry is going to talk about the work that Sick Kids is doing. You're going to hear from our very first ever Upside member, Liam Kaufman, who's now come back with his second company. He's going to tell you about what it was like to sell his company and have that liquidity event the first time. You're going to hear about some of our new initiatives. And of course, one of the highlights of these events is you're going to get to go off and meet with somebody new one-on-one. So you'll get to meet some new people today. I'm really excited. Make sure you stick around till the end. We've got a lot to get through today, but we'll wrap up by 5 and have a great time today. I'm going to turn it over now to Maria O'Reilly, who's our general manager, has been with us for the last 5 months and is going to lead our event today. Over to you, Maria.
Thank you, Jen. Okay, hi everyone. It's so nice to see you all again. I'm so excited to introduce you to the new members who have pledged recently. They're an amazing group of companies. But first off, we're going to hear from Eva Lau. Eva is an Upside board director. She's an entrepreneur turned investor. She is one of the few women leading venture funds in Canada. She is such an amazing support to Upside. We love working with her. And she's just going to take a few moments to say a few words before we get the party started. Okay, over to you, Eva.
Well, thank you so much for having me, everyone. And, I just want to congratulate every single entrepreneur here, because now you have been part of this group that we're going to make a huge difference in the world. So, my story goes that my husband and his co-founder built Wattpad, and then later on being the very first person who joined the team and helped them build and scale the company. Upside, I think, Wattpad exit certainly has been one of a success story for Canada and also for the Upside Foundation. So for me, it's really a privilege to have the opportunity to serve the Upside board, because I truly believe in the cause. Many of us have built companies, and our own users, our own customers have already benefited from our innovations and all the improvement that we have brought into their lives. But at the same time, there's a larger community out there who may not be able to directly benefit from our product. But guess what? Being part of the Upside Foundation, you have the opportunity to share your upsides with the larger community in Canada. And I'm just, very thrilled that, you have, pledged your company and your own personal upside and join this movement. And, so I just say, at least at this point, we should all kind of have a round of applause for everyone. And, this is a very important step in your business. You know why? Because you are now the leader in your company to constantly educate your own team how important it is that your company is going to be leading the world in terms of giving back. Paying forward is something that we all have experienced, because come to where you are right now as an entrepreneur, raise your first round of funding. A lot of people have probably given you a hand. Maybe it's just a introduction to investors, or have hiring the very first hire in your company. Someone have paid it forward to you. So this very important mentality of giving back, paying it forward, should be in the DNA of your company, and it will bring you far and wide, because people love to give back. People want to have a purpose. So I just want to congratulate one more time that everyone here have take a major step. And I look forward to seeing you being part of this community and being able to advocate this very important message, not only to your employees, but all of your peers as you continue to grow your company. So let me welcome you one more time to the community. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank all the sponsors. And I'm going to turn it over to Maria because she knows, who have been supportive to Upside Foundation.
Thank you so much, Eva. That was amazing. And you're dead right. We couldn't do this without our incredible sponsors and our incredible scaling partners. Okay, next up is the first of 3 breakout rooms. You're going to meet some amazing members of the community. And when you get back, we're going to meet the new members. I really thank our innovation partner, Interact, our scaling partners, which are Faskin, First Descent Ventures, CIBC Innovation Banking, Espresso Capital, and Information Venture Partners, and our supporters, Osler and Wealth Insurance. Without these guys, our work would not be possible. So we really appreciate you guys, and we're so happy that you're here today. Okay, let's move on to introducing our new members. And today, Rob Antoniades is going to introduce our new members. Rob is the co-founder of Upside. He's a long-term board member. He's the general partner and co-founder at Information Venture Partners. Like I said, they're a scaling partner. Without Rob or IVP, Upside would not be where it is today. So thank you so much, Rob, for being here and for introducing these incredible new companies. So Rob, let's get it started.
We will indeed. And can everybody hear me okay? Perfect. All right. So the most important people on this call are actually the new members. So I'm going to call them out one at a time. I think if you could take a minute to introduce yourselves and your company and what you do, that would be perfect. And Patrick, since we were working through your audio issues in the breakout room, you get to go first. So Patrick Dunn from Benify.
Hey everybody, I'm Patrick Dunn, founder of Benify. We're a transformative employee group benefit that improves the financial wellness of Canadians by providing access to affordable loans and financial literacy. We're launching with our very first customers in just a couple of weeks. Very excited to get started and improve the model out here in Canada. Before starting Benify, I was the VP of Innovation at Canada Life for many years, helping them create new products and services in group benefits and financial services. So really excited to be part of the group and to continue our journey with Upside.
Welcome. Thank you very much, Patrick. The next new member is Megan Daly from Forward Vision Games.
Hi, thank you so much. Yes, I'm Megan Daly. I run Forward Vision Games. We're a B2B company, SaaS. We're in the overlap, I would say, of ed tech and fintech. What we do is we teach people how to make a financial decision. We teach them the financial skills needed for the future of work. And we have a focus on Indigenous students and on economic reconciliation. We have not selected, where our charity dollars would go eventually. We see that as down the road, but it will definitely be somewhere in the Indigenous space.
Terrific, wonderful. And I'll give you one additional topic to cover if you want. If there's any thoughts on directionally where you want to make your donation, that would be wonderful as well. You don't have to do that, but if you have any thoughts, or that would be interesting. The next founder is Mark Laddie from Lobby Technologies.
Well, hello everyone. As you said, my name is Mark. Prior to founding Lobby, I had a couple of startups. One was doing finance for good, so social impact bonds in 2012. And then after that, I had a company that I didn't found, but it was an early employee of one that was doing solar power all across Africa. After that, I worked at Facebook and a consulting company. And what I started to see through all these experiences was that more important than what I know, it's who I know. And as the world moves remote, not just because of the pandemic, but because largely of income inequality and high house costs, people are going to have to start to move to remote communities. And in that, it's going to be harder to get to know each other. And what I did was build a solution for that. And that solution is Lobby. And on Lobby, what you can do is get together with your team, maybe once a week, once a month, and just hang out casually. So instead of having maybe 30 people on a Zoom call and taking turns speaking, you can chat with whoever you want, start new conversations, and play games. I think Erin is hopefully already a fan. I think she's been on the platform, thumbs up, so that's great. And without making this too much of a sales pitch, if anyone's interested, you can message me at at lobby.app and get an extra 1 month for free as a trial. For the Upside Foundation, super excited to be a part of this. Kind of through the themes of my companies, you can tell that social impact is near and dear to my heart. The particular issue that I'll be addressing through my Upside donation is education for children in at-risk neighborhoods. I saw the importance of that work growing up, as my parents are in that sector. And so it's something that I've always wanted to get back to more meaningfully.
Terrific, Mark. Thank you very much. The next new member is Brian Sikandi from Careers Cannabis. Oh, you're on mute, Brian. You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Thanks, Rob. Hi, everybody. My name is Brian Sikandi. I'm one of the co-founders of Careers Cannabis. Careers Cannabis is a job search engine for cannabis jobs in the United States and Canada. Our mission is really to improve the experience of finding a job and ending cannabis stigma. We're building an end-to-end recruitment platform. It starts at search. From search, we move into AI ML, so more of a recommendation algorithm driven around a values-based matching system. And then we have a marketplace, which is more of an API-driven marketplace. We are in the process of launching our first paid tool, which will launch either next week or the week after. We're a SaaS-driven marketplace or platform in terms of business, and that should launch about in the next week or two. I want to thank Maria and Jen for their patience. When you guys reached out earlier this year, we had a bit of a crisis. I guess, we had one of those situations where company had failed, if you would, from a technology standpoint. We had to rebuild our tech over the last 5 months. In the last 5 months, we've rebuilt our tech, we've rebuilt our traffic, more than triple the growth that it was prior. We've also launched a children's book, Kids of Cannabis. My mom and dad work in cannabis. This is our story. And next week, we'll launch our first paid product. So I just want to thank you guys for your patience. And of course, I wouldn't be able to make this pledge without my co-founder, Jeff, who really leads and drives all the technology, who incidentally enough, I only found based due to the COVID pandemic. And so COVID brought us together, and I'm really happy to be building this company with him.
Terrific. Thank you very much, Brian. The next new member is Zoe Scher from Daddy's Digest, although your screen suggests something different. Zoe, over to you.
No, now I need to change this. Hold on. I always forget who I am. I'm Zoe. I'm from Schmooze, but I'm also from Daddy's Digest. Look at me go. So Daddy's Digest is a recent acquisition. So it is a parenting publication focused on dads and changing the narrative around active conscious parenting and how men are not only involved on the periphery, but in the day-to-day. And it is a message and a vision that I am very, very, very passionate about. And I pledged for a number of reasons. One, because social impact is baked into everything I do. If it's not, I don't know what the purpose of my life is. And two, because Daddy's Digest is all about empowering men and families to know how to be involved in their family. So I don't actually know where I'm pledging to, but it just had to happen, and can't wait to experience all of the joys of parenthood and learning with everybody.
Terrific. Thanks, Zoe. And my kids are now in their 20s. There was no how-to manual when I was growing up. So thank you for doing that. The next new member happens to be Hassan Bati from.
Hey guys.
Go ahead.
Really nice to meet you. I'm from Semantic Health. Semantic Health is using unstructured data from hospitals and making it actionable, so then a hospital can use it to improve financial, operational, and clinical processes. So I'm one of the co-founders here. I'm kind of as mentioned that, hey, going to be allocating some of my proceeds from there to Upside Foundation and other foundations. And mainly the reason why I got excited about donating is that when I moved to Canada around 10 years ago as an immigrant from my undergrad, and I've seen a lot of benefit by moving to North America. The last company I built, I ended up selling to Snowflake for a really good outcome. And one of the nonprofits, which I will be donating some of my proceeds to would be Century Initiative, which is supporting immigrants, policies, and trying to advocate for Canada to have a population of 100 million, but in a sustainable growth manner. And I think supportive immigrant policies help the tech sector as well, have helped someone like me to make Canada home and have a very good economic outcome as well as a social outcome. So that's like a nonprofit which I will be continuing towards too.
Wonderful. Thanks, Hassan. The next new member is Frank Chen from Summer.
Hi, everyone. It's really great to be here today. So my name is Frank, and I'm the co-founder of Summer Inc. And we are the 15-minute grocery delivery service. So me and my co-founder used to live in residence, and getting groceries has always been hard. So we thought to create a grocery delivery company. But thanks to the pandemic, more people are now using grocery delivery more. But the problem that we find with it, which is, it costs a lot to get grocery delivered. And also it takes a long time, sometimes even a day or 2 days to get it delivered. So we thought to create an innovative idea to deliver grocery within 15 minutes and with a very little charge. And the way that we're doing it is that we create small warehouses around the space and only deliver it to the local area. And I'm super excited to join Upside Foundation, to see all of you like-minded people. And I would love the proceed to be donated to the food bank to help the people who need food and grocery on a daily basis. Thank you, guys.
Wonderful. Thanks, Frank. Let me know when you can deliver to the cottage. That would be very useful. But the next new member, Raj Chatterjee from Meaningful Work.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here. I'm Raj. I spend a lot of time in the nonprofit world, particularly in sustainability and youth leadership, EDI, and I also have a background in engineering. But at Meaningful Work, we know how important it is for your companies and teams to really feel a sense of purpose and the joy of giving back. So we help companies build effective and impactful volunteer programs, basically connecting your employees to skill-based and pro bono opportunities at nonprofits with aligned missions. And we've launched earlier this year, have about over 100 nonprofits posting opportunities, and we'd love to connect with you if you're looking to engage your employees further. And directionally, we're definitely looking at sort of the sustainable and community development space for our donation.
Perfect. So I don't know if the next members are here, but we will check anyways. Alex DeBold from Answerable, are you on? And I know Gord was calling in from Vancouver. I don't think he's on either. And then the last but not least, has Colin Doylan joined yet?
And I think we have one more. Trisha is here as well. Trisha from Mameli.
Yep, I'm here, yeah. So hi, everyone, I'm Trisha. I'm building Mamali, which is fractional ownership of short-term rentals built for living and working. I know you mentioned the cottage, Rob. We actually started by facilitating workations for remote workers up in Muskoka, and saw that there was this tension between housing and tourism. So trying to find a meaningful way to facilitate more equitable economic exchange between those two parties. Prior to this, I started Arrive, which was an RBC venture company, and was doing that for the last 4 years. And that this was all really incepted by my remote work that started last March. And then I did a road trip from Toronto to Vancouver and worked remotely from there and saw just how much opportunity there was there. So also haven't chosen a charity, but really compelled by putting the funds towards housing inequality and trying to move that mission forward even more. Like Zoe, social impact is sort of through the thread of everything that I do. So I'm really pumped to be here with so many like-minded people and get to know everyone a little bit better.
Wonderful. Thanks, Trisha. And I think that is the cohort of new candidates for today. So welcome, everyone. Thank you all for supporting the Upside Foundation, becoming members. We hope that this is a lot of value to you. That you have a lot of resources available to you, people like us and others in the ecosystem. Some of the sponsors are very active, so please feel free to reach out as you see fit, and use Jen and use Maria wherever you can.
Yes, certainly. Thank you so much, Rob. And like Rob said, there's 3 founders who couldn't be here today who are still part of the summer cohort. That's Colin Doylan from Grateful Estates, Alex DeBold from Answerbill, and Gord Baisley from Judy AI. So also thank you to those guys. So this marks the end of our new member introductions. Yeah, like they said, it's a super powerful intention that you've set for yourself and for your community. So we will have another breakout session in a moment, but before we do that, I would just like to thank and recognize everyone in this room who has invited a new member to join us. The vast majority of Upside members pledged because another member of our amazing community has told them about us. So we really appreciate your support and we couldn't do it without you. And that includes Audrey, CEO of Vaults, Brent Holiday, Garibaldi Capital Advisors, Amy from CIBC Innovation Banking, Tim Logan from WeWork, Daniel Dubois from Key Living, and Aileen at Too Small Fish. So thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate it. And now we're going to have another breakout room. But next up, we're going to hear from an exited member. So this is always a really exciting part of the new member celebration. And today we're going to hear from Liam Kaufman, who has an amazing story about his journey, sharing his first Upside exit. So you may actually remember Liam from our new member celebration in April, because he pledged with his current company, Winterlight Labs. But Liam's previous company, Understood It, was our very first Upside exit in 2013. And so I'm really excited for him to share his story with us. So over to you, Liam.
Thank you. So currently I'm the CEO and co-founder of Winterlight Labs. We make speech-based digital biomarkers for neurology and psychiatry. We work with biopharma companies across the world. But about 9 or 10 years ago, I founded a company called Understood It. It was an education technology company. The premise was if you were in a large lecture and you were too afraid to put up your hand, you would click confused in an app, and then your professor could see what percentage of students were confused or understood. So I launched the company, I think in 2012. We were on the front page of Hacker News, made TechCrunch, and it was like incredibly exciting. And over time, we realized that there was a lot of other companies that were kind of in the space, and we started to get some exit offers. And then we got one from EventMobi, which is a event company here in Toronto. And they were doing online live polling as well. So some of the skills and technologies that we had built at Understood It could be used with EventMobi. So I joined them in 2013 and helped them build their mobile app from the ground up. So the reason why I decided to donate, hard work is certainly part of the success, but I think it's really important to sort of acknowledge all the privilege that I have. So whether it's just being born in Canada, having academic parents, getting to go to universities, all these things has made my life easier and has made it easier to succeed. And so I wanted to donate to charities and organizations that lower some of those barriers for others who don't have those privilege, just to make it easier for them to succeed. So the reason why I chose to do it through Upside, is it really takes a lot of effort to get busy entrepreneurs to commit to do this. They have a lot of priorities on our plate. And I think the Upside Foundation does a really good job of being really persistent and getting us to commit. Over the last 4 or 5 years, I've gone to a lot of Upside events, and it's been really helpful, hearing founders talk about their stories and often being really candid about some of the challenges that they go through. And I really appreciate that, and also just being able to talk to other founders. And so both the in-person events that we had pre-COVID were great, and these virtual events have been surprisingly interactive and fun, which is not easy to do. So we donated to 2 different charities when Understood It had its exit. So the first was the East York Learning Experience. They run a number of adult literacy, numeracy, and digital literacy programs, effectively free one-on-one tutoring. And then the other organization was called Mentoring Junior Kids. They're based in South Parkdale. It's a charity that uses mentoring and leadership training to promote positive, healthy lifestyle choices for children and youth. So one was for adults, one was for children. But again, the general theme here is to try to make it easier for people from different backgrounds to succeed and reduce some of those barriers. So overall, making the donation was incredibly rewarding, and it's great to see more and more folks doing that. And I look forward to making my next one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liam. That was super insightful. We really appreciate it. I think next we're going to have Erin. Yeah, are we gonna? Okay, great. I'll do an intro. I just wanted to make sure you're ready to go. So Erin Burry is the CEO of Willful. She is the co-chair of the Tech for Sick Kids Council. And we always like to do a charity spotlight, specifically one that our members are really close with. And so today we've asked Erin to talk about her role with Sick Kids. She's going to tell us a little bit about the incredible initiatives going on there and how Upside members can get involved. So thank you so much, Erin, for speaking, and over to you.
Thanks, Maria. Hi, everyone. Really excited to be here. Longtime Upside member, and great to see some familiar faces and some new ones. Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about Tech for Sick Kids, and really, you know, who you donate your Upside to is really up to you. The point of this is really just to kind of highlight what some great organizations are doing. It was actually my husband / co-founder, Kevin, who encouraged us to pledge our Upside at Willful to Sick Kids. And when he suggested it, I said, well, you know, like, why Sick Kids? I don't really have an affinity with them. I don't have any kids. I don't have a relative that's gone through the hospital. And Kev said, you know what, just book a tour at the hospital and just trust me. So I went into the hospital. This is pre-COVID. And Leonard on their foundation team took me on a tour of the hospital. I was in tears pretty much the whole time, seeing the amazing work that they're doing and seeing so many of the kids. I got to lead story time, where they pipe in live stories to all of the kids' rooms every day at 11 a.m. And by the time I left the hospital, I was like, take my money. And the way that they really framed it to me was, you know, you may not have kids today, but your relatives might, your friends might, and you might. And now that I'm 6 months pregnant, I am even more excited about having a hospital like Sick Kids in our backyard. So we've pledged our Upside to Sick Kids, and specifically to the Tech for Sick Kids initiative. If you're not familiar with it, it's an initiative that aims to raise $25 million to build a new emergency room at Sick Kids. And it's also funding some really cool tech-enabled projects. So for example, some funding from Amar Varma allowed them to hire the first chair in bioinformatics and AI. This woman is badass. Her name is Dr. Anna Goldenberg, and they're working on projects like a project that uses AI to detect when a child is at risk of having a heart attack so that they can actually prevent it and stop it before it happens. So those are the types of initiatives that your dollars go towards, in addition to building the new emergency room. If you're not ready or you don't want to commit your Upside, there's lots of other ways to get involved with Tech for Sick Kids. We're holding our virtual e-auction gala in November. So if you have a company that can commit a prize, I'll throw a link to a form in the chat, but we'd love for you to commit an experience or a free product that we can actually auction off. We also have a corporate donation matching program. So if your employees are open to donating and you match it, we can help recognize you through PR and some of the marketing initiatives that we're doing. So that is really the ethos behind Tech for Sick Kids. Fatima from Quill and I are the co-chairs. You can reach out to us at any time. And hopefully post-COVID, we'll be able to start hosting tours at the hospital again. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out. I'll toss my email in the chat, and we'd love to get you into the hospital to lead story time as soon as it's safe and possible again. So thanks, Maria and Jen, for having me. And thanks to everyone for committing your Upside. You're part of an amazing group of founders.
Thank you so much, Erin. We really appreciate you chatting to us today. Okay, yeah, hopefully we can all see each other in real life soon. That'd be amazing. Right, okay, so we are able to finish a little bit early today, which is awesome. But Jen is going to do a final wrap up. We have some exciting announcements coming up, but the fall cohort is now open. If you know a founder who you think would like to become part of the community, please let us know. We're going to drop my email in the chat. A huge thank you to CIBC, Garibaldi Capital, Vault, Tom Logan from WeWork, Daniel Dubois from Key Living, and Two Small Fish for introducing new members to Upside. Our growth depends on people like you. So you have made an exponential impact and we really appreciate it. If you are a member, please welcome them in the Upside Slack channel, engage, comment on our posts. We're going to be posting on LinkedIn and Twitter right after this event. And over to Jen to wrap us up.
All right. Well, let's start with, so Phil, great question. The video typically gets posted on our YouTube channel. Sometimes we'll share it up, but we can send it to you directly if you'd like. We also, as you may know, love to share a snapshot of all the folks who were there, who are here on our social media. So we're going to take our group photo now. This is your chance to fix your hair, get your nice smile on, turn your camera off if you don't want to be in the photo. So we're going to do a nice screen grab here. And we're gonna have to do 2 because there's so many people here. So ready? 1, 2, 3. And Frank, love it. All right, ready? Number 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. Just want to do a quick shout out to our partners today. I know Phil from Wealth Insurance is here. There's a whole bunch of folks from the Information Venture Partners team, a whole bunch of folks from Espresso and Faskin. And thank you so much to all of you for everything that you do to make our work possible. This doesn't work without your support. So thank you so much for that. We do love to collect feedback on these. We're always looking to improve them. So we're going to send the feedback link in the chat here. So please feel free to fill that out and give us some feedback. And finally, as Peter has just shared here, this will be my last new member celebration for the next little while, as I am actually 8 months pregnant and heading off on parental leave in August. Thank you. So along with Aaron, there's a number of us who are in a similar spot right now. So we feel so good about where Upside is at. Maria, as many of you know, is an extraordinary person, and the organization is in very good hands with her, with the board, with the rest of the team. We're bringing on a new team member soon. Very excited to share who that is very, very soon. But the organization is in great hands, and I have no doubt will continue to thrive while I am off over the next year. But thank you all so much. You just make this work so much fun for me, and I look forward to staying in touch, and maybe I will be showing up at some new member celebrations. No promises, but I'll do what I can. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today and for the role you play in making Upside possible and making this impact possible. So this is the official wrap up. Feel free to stick around and chit chat if you'd like.